Hello, everybody. Let's go ahead and finish Unit 15. This will be Lesson 2, pages 404 to 412 in your grammar textbook. In this lesson, we are going to learn and practice passive voice with modals and using the by phrase. So we're still talking about passive voice. First, passive voice with modals. The passive voice is often used with modals to talk about past, present, and future. Remember, modal verbs are special verbs like can, will, would, should, and we use these with the passive. For example, the test can be completed at home. So can is the modal, be completed is the passive. Projects must be finished next week. Must is the modal verb, and be finished is the passive voice. So the formula, use a modal plus be plus the past participle to form the passive. The building might be closed. Those shoes can't be returned without a receipt. All right, so we have our modals might and can't with the passive, the be and the past participle, closed and returned. Questions, right? So to form questions with modals in the passive, place the modal verb before the subject, just like regular questions with modals. So here's a sentence. The test can be completed at home. In the green, you have the subject, the test, and the modal verb can in yellow. Let's make a question. Can the test be completed at home? So, as I said, the modal verb goes in the front or goes before the subject. Can the test? Yes, it can, or no, it can't. And pay attention to the short answers. We use only the modal verb in the short answers. In this case, can. Oh. So let's talk about using the by phrase with the passive. So use a by phrase with the passive voice to indicate who or what did the action. Some errors were made by the students. So we have the passive voice were made, and by the students tell us who made the errors. Their house was destroyed by a tornado. So again, we have a passive sentence, their house was destroyed. But we add a by phrase to tell us what destroyed the house. In this case, a tornado. Use a by phrase when it is important to know who or what did the action of the verb. So our class was interrupted by a loud noise. It's important to tell what interrupted our class. The researcher is paid by the government. So again, we determine that it's important to say who is paying the researcher. In this case, the government. Now, when do you not use a by phrase? So do not use a by phrase if the agent or doer is unknown. For example, the items were stolen last night. We don't know who stole the items, so we don't say by whomever because we don't know. Or when the agent or doer is understood from context. The new health laws were passed yesterday. We don't have to say by the government or by the legislature because we know only the government can pass the law. So it's already understood from the context. So we don't need a by phrase. Okay, that's it for Unit 15. Please do your classwork and turn it in on Canvas. Thank you.